So, a few years back, I had the distinct pleasure of playing with the amazing Joe Stump. I was playing bass. We went out to LA and Musicians Institute and did a show, a couple of shows with Uli John Roth, of course, super famous guitar player. And we're sitting backstage, sort of in the green room. I think it was just like a classroom off to the side. But anyway, in walks Paul Gilbert. So there were all kinds of cool guests playing on the bill, and surrounded by all these great musicians and stuff. In walks Paul Gilbert. The drummer with us at the time, Jay Gates, he actually grew up with Paul Gilbert, and started chatting with him, and I was hanging around and sort of got in on the conversation. And then Jay got up and wandered off, and I'm sitting there in like two little folding chairs, kind of face to face with Paul Gilbert. And he's sitting there holding a guitar, just noodling around, and we make a little bit of small talk, and of course I'm like, So then it dawned on me, and I'm like, okay, it's probably never going to happen again in my life. What's a cool question that I could ask him? And immediately I thought of, in some interviews, he has said that he uses strict alternate picking instead of economy picking. So, in other words, if you don't know, okay, if you were going to, say, go, okay, you would pick down, down, down. He does down, up, down. So that's actually what he's doing for this. It's a B major triad. Okay, so what you would do, I'm not going to say what he's doing because I don't know what he's doing. But to do strict alternate picking, in this case, you would pick down on the D string, jump over the G, pick up, jump over the G, and pick down. Okay, so that's a lot of jumping around. If you just pick down, 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 economy picking, it would just be down, 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 with no jumps over any strings at all. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to ask him about that. So I asked him, I've heard that you do strict alternate picking instead of economy picking. Why? What's the benefit of that? It seems like a lot of extra work. And he said it is extra work jumping around on strings and string skipping and all of that jazz. But he said he finds rhythmically, if he's doing down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, it's a nice steady rhythm instead of maybe down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, where it's depending on what you're playing, which would be economy picking. You just, whatever's the shortest route. So he feels that his picking hand has a nice steady rhythm. Okay? So if you play, like, say, the minor pentatonic scale that everybody knows, in this case I'll do it in B again just because holding the guitar up, that's a nice spot. So 7, 10, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 10, 7, 10. Okay, so what I'm doing is down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So that is strict alternate picking. Every down is followed by an up, every up is followed by a down. Cool. Now, what happens if you do like a 3-note per string type of a thing, like a B major scale? Okay, now 3 notes per string, what I would do is down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. Okay, so down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. So down, up, down, another down instead of an up. Okay, so doing the strict alternate picking, what one would do is down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, so down, up, down, skip over the A string, up, down, up, skip over the A string, down, up, down, skip over the G, up, down, up. Okay, so that's what he does, and he played some examples, and it was kind of mind-blowing. So of course, when I got home, I practiced it a bunch, and for me, kind of totally useless. Oh well. But obviously for him, it's working out pretty well. The 3 notes per string kind of a thing. Because let's face it, unless you're doing like chromatic or something, you're very rarely doing 4 notes per string, just because it's really hard to reach. Okay, so 3 notes per string, it has sort of a triplet feel, and to me that sort of goes with my vibe a little bit. Tone Iommi did it a lot. Richie Blackmore, you know, obviously, like stuff like that, you know, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Whatever, but that sort of triplet feel, and then of course you have to sort of reconcile at the end, because you're doing 3/4 usually in a rock kind of a setting, so you do have to reconcile it over at the end. But that's what I learned from Mr. Paul Gilbert. Oh, and by the way, he was incredibly kind and gracious with his time and his knowledge, and just an extremely down-to-earth guy. Although I had actually met him once or twice before. I never actually sat down and got a free lesson from him, though.